Hey guys, Rexlent here. Welcome to another video for Duet Night Abyss. This time for Flora. Flora is a new Umbro DPS carry. Really powerful. And this guide will talk about how to play her, how to build her, and also the upcoming immersive theater. The usual. So first things first, her main weapons are sword and assault rifle. So I'll talk about her signature weapons later on. We'll talk about her kit first. Now what I have with me here is an I0 Flora, and we'll talk about her kit. So she's actually very easy to play. Now you may have noticed that Flora has a couple of numbers around her gauges. One on the bottom left here, one in the middle with this number 41, and around it, a spiky wheel. So we'll go one by one. First thing, her E skill, her normal skill, has two functions. Number one is when you tap it, like that. And another is when you press and hold, so it turns into a dash. Like that. So notice what these do is that whenever I press her skill, she's gonna get 10 stacks of this buff down here, which is called Symphony. So what Symphony does is that it's gonna enhance her basic attack and consume 1 stack. So when I attack enemies like this, see how it reduces by 1 stack on the bottom left, and there's an additional follow-up attack from the doll. So when I continuously attack like this, all the stacks are gonna run out, and there's no more enhancement. So you get more stacks by simply pressing her normal skill. So like this, 1 skill 1 time, and then she gets 10 stack, and then 10 hits. Like so. So you just do skill 3 times. It goes up to 30 stacks, and that's the cap for this amount. And then you just continue to attack. And then you do skill again to top up the stacks. And then you do attacks again. Very simple so far. Another thing is that when she already has 30 stacks, her skill does not cost sanity anymore. As you can see on the bottom right here, it's 0 cost. So you can actually spam it if you want. Like so. And then see how I consume more stacks. It goes back to 17 costs with my Demon Wedge equipped. So that's it for her skill. And now the next thing, her ultimate. When you pop her ultimate, it's going to give her super armor. It's going to improve the crit damage of her weapon. And it's also going to continuously increase the bar down here. You see how it has 6 stars, 6 diamonds? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whenever you have a minimum 6 to 12, you can do her heavy attack, which is press and hold mouse click. And then she'll do her nuke. And then it starts counting again. So what happens here is that as long as you have the number in the middle, every second, it's going to summon these dolls. You see how the dolls are spinning at the enemy? It's going to consume 1 stack and attack the enemy. And now for Flora's next passive, it's called the reprise stacks. So this number 32 here, this is reprise, and this is triggered whenever you crit attack on the enemy. Whenever you do a crit, you gain a stack. There's a internal cooldown on gaining the stacks, 1 every second. Like so. And then whenever they get hit with the crit, they turn into a marionette where they cannot move, like that. They're trapped in a doll. So this reprise stacks goes up to 42, as long as you crit with your melee weapon. Now that you know reprise stacks, and then there's also the thorn stacks, which increases by 1 every second when she pops ultimate. Now let me pop ultimate, and then observe. So now ultimate is activated. Notice how there's this spinning dolls that appear every second. These dolls consume 1 reprise stack to attack the enemy. And I'm gaining 1 back every time because they're hitting the enemy. So basically, as long as ultimate is up and there's always enemy, it's going to keep hitting enemies every second or so. And then of course, when you have 6 to 12 diamonds, you just do heavy attack. To do this, it's called Finale, which deals a lot of damage. So that's pretty much the gist for playing Flora. Very simple. All you need to do is keep up the 30 stacks of her E skill, and then just activate ultimate, and just keep spamming basic attack, just spamming normal attack. And once the thorn stack is minimum 6 to 12, you can just do heavy attack. So it's gonna look something like this. Activate ultimate, and then spam E to get your stacks, and then spam basic. Just spam basic all the way. Normal attack. And then as long as the stacks at the bottom left is going down, just use E every once in a while again. Keep it top up so that all your basic attack is enhanced. And just keep attacking them. And then use heavy attack whenever you have full diamonds. 6 to 12 diamond stacks, the thorn stacks. And same thing again. Spam E, spam basic, and then heavy attack. Again, spam E, spam basic. See, every 6 diamond you can do a heavy attack. Like that. So her ult is always on with Fushu's help. Fushu Sanity recharge. Okay. E again. So 6 diamonds. Heavy attack. So, very, very simple. So let's talk about her stats and how to build her, starting with her character Demon Wedges. This can serve as a guideline for you, endgame Demon Wedges. So starting on the left, you want to put Typhon's Prime Hunt Down. So we go for the Hunt Down, skill damage minus 50%. When attacking with a weapon, deals 33% additional damage of the same element type. So we'll have Hunt Down, and on the right, we'll have Illusionary Sacrifice. So more skill intensity. And whenever an Umbro character consumes sanity, they get more weapon crit chance. So this is all good for Flora. And then on the bottom left here, we have Midnight Sun for more Umbro attack and intensity and duration. And over here, we have Siren's Wings Inspo Hunt Down version. So more sanity, more efficiency, and then also when morale is above 60%, get 66% additional Umbro damage. Moving on to the middle one. For the middle Demon Wedge, we're going to go with Feathered Serpent's Morale, since this gives her morale, which complements with Inspo Hunt Down. For Feather Serpent's Morale, this effect applies only if every equipped Demon Wedge is unique. This is a keyword over here. We need every piece to be unique and no duplicates. So now we'll look at the right side. The first one you want to have is Morale Volition. Same thing for morale and skill intensity. And then on the right, we have Blaze Spectrum for attack and skill range. And then on the bottom left, Blaze Morale for attack and morale. And the last one, the simple Scorch. As for her weapon, Chainbreak Pinion, this also synergizes with her build. Straight up morale increase, and also whenever she deals damage, each combo point will give her even more morale. So this is a no-brainer for her. And then for the equipment, you can refer to this. So we're also gonna go all in on crit chance and crit damage, since you want as much crit as you can for her to proc her passive skill. So starting with Focus Celerity for crit chance and attack speed, more Celerity for more attack speed, Rage Trammel for crit damage and trigger, Penetration for spike attack, and on the right, Impetus Focus for attack and crit chance. Whirl of Illusion will change her combo attack to bigger AoE and also gives you more attack speed. And then on the bottom left, Rage Momentum for crit damage and also charged attack damage increase. And lastly, Impetus Drop Shot. This is a huge attack increase for her weapon, which is 165 attack, and also you get a bonus plunge damage plus 33%. For her ranged weapon, it purely serves as a stat stick, so you can either go for skill range, anything that with skill range, for example, Soul Rend, or X-Crest Duo for skill intensity, but ultimately the newly released Calamity weapon is going to be good for her. Calamity weapons are basically really strong weapons that require a bit of time and level to grind it out, and it only works when the Calamity weapon is the same as the character's proficient weapon. So basically how it works is that once you further upgrade the Calamity weapon, you're going to get all these bonuses that benefit the character that is proficient with it, for example like morale 35%, penetration 15%, skill intensity 45%, on top of all these bonuses where you get Calamity at the start of the battle, and then you deal damage when Calamity is capped. So this is really, really powerful. This will be the endgame weapon for somebody like Flora, the Assault Rifle Thorn Requiem Calamity for Flora, who is also Assault Rifle proficiency. Now for skills, not much to say here. All 3 main skills are equally important, so you want to raise all of them, especially her ultimate and passive. Same for the following 2 passive, morale plus 15% total, and also weapon crit chance plus 50%. You also want to level up the second passive over here, which gives her 1 sanity restored, very important in maintaining her rotation. And then for the last passive, this is a simple attack increase for self and Umbro allies by 50%. So skill is very straightforward, you already know all of it earlier on. Now, talking about her intro. Her intro 2, 4, and 6 are huge game changers. Starting with intro 1. Intro 1 is very straightforward. Casting her E skill will give an additional 5 stacks of Symphony. So when I activate this, I only need to do E skill twice, and then she's gonna get 30 stacks right away. And also, when Symphony is active, melee weapon crit rate is increased by 75%. So this pretty much guarantees crit every time she attacks. So watch this. I already have I1 activated, and watch the bottom left here. I'm gonna press E skill once. It's gonna give me 15, and then press it one more time. Straight away 30. So you only need to press skill twice to get full stacks of Symphony instead of 3 times. So now it's free since it's already full stacks. So that's the change for I1. Now for I2, I2 is massive. Invitation of Blossom is the ultimate, can now grant up to 2 stacks of reprise per trigger. For every 6 stacks of reprise the caster has, Walt's cooldown is reduced by 0.1 second. Reprise is the stack you get whenever you crit the enemy, and also for every 6 seconds, the doll flying across the map, the cooldown is going to get reduced by 0.1 seconds down to a minimum of 0.5 seconds. So up to every split second, the doll is going to fly like crazy along the screen. So let me activate this and show you. So I'm going to get my 30 stacks, and then watch the 4-digit down here. I'm going to activate ultimate. Watch how it increases. See how fast it goes up. And the doll is gonna fly like crazy. See how fast it's flying? So this is the I2 change. Now I4 is the huge game changer. Sanity restored by Entrance increases to 3 and gain 2 additional combo points. So if you don't know what that means, it means that her second passive over here, every time Symphony or Reprise is consumed, it restores 1 sanity. This becomes 3 sanity instead. So every time the doll is flying across the screen with waltz, basically her sanity is never going down anymore, and also she will not have the reliance on Fushu. So let me demonstrate I4. So this is I4. I'll just activate ultimate right away. And then I'll just do attack. So watch her sanity on the bottom right. Also, since the dolls fly even faster in I2, she charges up her Thorn gauge even faster, so you can just do your heavy attack even faster. See, like this. So by I4, she's pretty much self-sufficient at this point. Now, I6 is massive. During her ultimate, penetration stats is increased by 30%. Pretty much permanent at this point, since ultimate stays up all the way with her infinite sanity. And when casting Finale, Finale is the enhanced heavy attack. If Thorns is not at 12 stacks, immediately consume an equal number of reprise stacks to make up the difference. That means that if you have 6 stacks, you can immediately do your Finale and it'll be treated as 12 stacks. It'll just consume reprise. And also after you do that, immediately trigger Waltz 5 times. Waltz is the dolls flying across the screen. So it's going to happen 5 more times. So it's going to look like this. Ultimate. And then, see, I have 6 stacks. I'll straight away do it. See, it's treated as 12 stacks, and then 5 reprise happen. Again. So every time I do this, it's gonna fly like crazy. Every time I do heavy attack. It's crazy. You can actually just spam heavy attack. Really, really strong at I6. Now, when it comes to Flora's team, this is the ideal team for Flora if she is not I4 yet. So she will always rely on Fina because Fina gives crazy buffs. And you also want Fushu for obvious reasons. Fushu will give her the sanity that she needs since her ultimate drains it constantly. However, if your Flora is already I4 and above, I4 will already solve her sanity issue. You can pretty much replace Fushu with somebody like Truffle, since Truffle also gives really good skill intensity buff, or even the new Umbro main character if you have them, simply unlocked by playing the story. Alright, now let's talk about Immersive Theater. For this cycle of Immersive Theater, Flora will be inside the Star Exchange reward. So all you need to do is just push up to 12th floor to get all the available Flora secret letters. Not too difficult to do. And also, there's a huge change right now, which is there will always be 3 elements that you can cycle for the element weakness. So for this cycle, the recommended team that you can use would be Hydro, Anemo, and Umbro. So Umbro, for Umbro team, you can also push with the Flora team as discussed earlier. If you're going with Hydro team, then you can use something like this, Rebecca's team, followed by Fushu and Tabithe. And if you're pushing with Anemo, then you can use Psyche, Truffle, and Fushu. As for the Immersive Theater shop, Chainbreak Pinion, which is Flora's signature weapon, will also be on sale here. Followed by the new Calamity weapon material. So you have the range and melee weapon here. And also Rebecca and Hellfire's Essence Dot. Really good stuff in here. Don't miss these. And of course, Camilla is now moved into Nocturnal Echoes, the weekly farm. And Psyche's secret letter can now be purchased in the commission shop. So you can now get her to I6 easily. Apart from that, the current gacha now features Flora's special skin, Angel outfit, the Absolver. And it can also be upgraded to this 6-wing version, similar to Sui's skin. There's also a sword skin called Plume of Absolution that you also can exchange that matches with her outfit. And the large posture, Misery Ground, comes in 3 colors. Like so. Night Veil Carriage Mount also in the shop as shown in the teaser. Apart from that, there's also a huge new and returning player campaign ongoing in this version, so it's a really good time to jump back into DNA or give DNA a try. All of us will be receiving a character selection chest and also a weapon selection chest. For the character selection chest, I highly recommend getting Rhythm. For obvious reasons, she's super meta, so more Rhythm is better, all the way to I6 if you can. For beginners weapon selection chest, weapons are mostly stat sticks for these selections, so either Wayne Wraith or Excress Duo are really good because both of them give skill intensity bonus, which are really good stat sticks for you. Just equip them and then you get the bonus right away. There's also going to be a 14-day login reward campaign going on, and on the 3rd day, you're also going to get another selection chest, either Rhythm, Fantasio, or Rebecca. So I highly recommend either getting Rhythm or Rebecca. More Rhythm duplicate is always good. At the end of the 14-day reward, everyone's also going to get this Glimmer character skin selection, Fleeting Traces. Basically an outfit, uniform outfit for any character. Pretty nice. As usual, more login roles over here for the special banner. And of course, there's also a returner event, so if you guys are interested in jumping back, my invite code is on the right over here. So yeah, download link is in the description below. Hopefully this video has been helpful to you in understanding how to play Flora. Consider leaving a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.